A fight for the right to be number one. It's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's a battle of the top two teams in the AFC West, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. And now the Chiefs offensive starters.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ballgame.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd down. But look now at the starters defensively for the Broncos. They've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Here's the Chiefs punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall selection back in 2005 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Smith. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
And this team is coming in off of their open week, and to me, a pretty good time to have it, too, because it's pretty much right in the middle of the season. So I would think that they'll be pretty well rested and ready to go for the second half of the season. but even more importantly, they got a little bit of a mental break as well. That's going to help too.
Got it complete to Wentz. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Smith. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On 2nd and 11 now. Smith. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Time to check the defensive starters here for Kansas City. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And that is incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On the counter, here's McCoy. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. Now Wentz. He's going to look deep for more. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DJ Moore. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Denver getting set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right, number one goal is what? Make the playoffs.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
What we got?
Out of the gun, Smith. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback, but when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Denver. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Throwing on first is Wentz. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Wentz now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Play action. Now Wentz. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. On play action, Wentz. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Wentz now already over 150 yards through the air in the opening quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now a draw play. This is McCoy. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Wentz. That is incomplete. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. The quick slant caught. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will make it 10-0 here in the first. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The results for them so far, not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Smith hands off to Geis. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He is going to find Hill here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. It's Geis on the counter. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Geis. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Geis. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And trotting back out onto the field, Travis Kelce. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route-running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Barber on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Coming to you, coming to you.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz caught. Kelsey, left side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now Wentz. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On now, Graham Gano. He's hit from 63 as recently as last year. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. It would have been a long kick. It was prime fake field goal territory. They faked it. They got it.
So much for defense in this situation because the natural play there is you go into what we call safe, meaning you don't really rush on that one. You almost concede it. They want to kick a long one like that and make it, so be it. You just don't give up the fake. Yet they did anyway. Poor execution on the defensive side.
Again, it's Wentz. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We got this.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Wentz now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. This goes to Barber, the running back. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Barber. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Peyton Barber. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a second time for 6 points.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's Peyton Barber that polishes it all off with a touchdown scamper. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Smith. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here now a look at LaShawn McCoy. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Wentz to throw. That'll be caught by Kupp. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Here we go. 120. Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On first down, Wentz. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On first down, McCoy. And this time they were ready for him, as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
Here we go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. He's thrown for nearly 300 yards already as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Telvin Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Check it back. Check it back.
On a delay to give to West. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Smith. And that will be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp.
Receiver downfield, offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Here we go. 180.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They go quickly here out to Moore. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. To throw is Wentz. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And now that'll kick out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted back at their own 30. Oh, man. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Defense.
Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Got three down.
On second and 12, Smith, and he's got the hook up to Landry. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. He's got Jack Doyle. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on third down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Bring it.
Now a give, right side, it's Geis. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9. They'll go draw play. Smith gives to Geis. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Here we go.
Smith to throw on 3rd down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
And now here comes Kansas City. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there. And it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. And he'll have the 1st down as he's up to about the 18. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. This pass complete to Reynolds. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Wentz. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Now Wentz. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to more there, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Throw left side complete. It's Barber. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
He's not going to get me.
Now a run with Geis. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And going deep for Hill. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the errors.
And McCoy loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrapper.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Darius Geis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Get ready.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the 29, Wentz to the right side, and he's got more complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Throwing on first is Wentz. That's into the hands of Reynolds. A gain of 6 there on first. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. 54. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And it's complete to Kelsey. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 27. They'll run with Barber here, right side. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Joe Hayden there to bring him down. On 2nd and 9, Wentz complete. The tight end, Kelsey. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Gano's kick is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Smith. That ball complete to Isabella. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Check three.
They'll run for it. Geis. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's Smith. And his throw here is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
On the double. 51 to go. Hey, defense, let's go.
From the gun, here's Smith. And that will be incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Ready?
Here we go on 4th. Smith. And Diggs has it. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st and 10, Smith. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. On the draw, they go to Geis. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. How about this defense? For a 3rd straight play, he's going nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They snap it to Smith. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And now here comes Kansas City. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
To throw again on second down. Wentz, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Wentz going to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On play action, Wentz. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Wentz to throw again. And he's got his target. That's more. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Now Wentz again. And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Smith. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Barber. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
The previous play is under review.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Barber. And an alley to run. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal.
You got 3 down, 3 down.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Let's go,
Gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal at the 2.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Yeah, he's got it. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Kansas City, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.